Howdy folks, today we're looking at Iron Man, the Iron Age #1 from 1998 in Marvel Comics. Strange as it may seem now, speaking from an era wherein Tony Stark is one of the most beloved fictional characters in the world, that most definitely was not the case in 1995. That was the nadir, the point at which years of institutional decay led to the complete collapse of Marvel's core group of hero titles. The company's best resources were consistently siphoned away by the X-Men, especially during the disastrous Marvolution period, with whatever was left sloshing down to the evergreen Spider-Man, and literally everything else suffering in contrast. Consequently, Iron Man and the Avengers were destroyed by a disastrous crossover known as The Crossing, which revealed the Iron Man fans had known for 30 years to be a pawn of Kang, before being replaced by a teenage doppelganger from another dimension. That book's cancellation came as a mercy killing. The Benighted Heroes Reborn initiative followed, and although most of that line was creatively stillborn, the Iron Man book proved the most interesting, with a tone and approach that seemed to hearken forward to the advent of the MCU. In the moment, however, it was just another failed relaunch. It sold well at first, but didn't amount to much as the time came for the characters to be swept back into the Marvel Universe proper. Iron Man stood in need of serious refurbishment by the late 90s, and there was only one man for the job, Kurt Busiek. As events transpired, Busiek and Sean Chen's Iron Man would be overshadowed by Busiek and George Perez's Avengers reboot, but you need to place that in context with the fact that just about everything was overshadowed by that run of Avengers, inarguably a shot of adrenaline across the company during a roundly moribund period. By contrast, the Heroes Return Iron Man was merely a solid double or triple. It did the job of putting Iron Man back on the board. This was the context for the Iron Age. Shellhead was selling again and doing well enough to rate a deluxe format 2-issue series devoted to retelling the character's origin. This book appears pulled from a similar mold as Busiek's previous Untold Tales of Spider-Man, another series built to dance between the raindrops of established continuity, with some nips and tucks to acknowledge the sliding time scale. The broad strokes here are still the same from back in Lee and Heck's day, with some nuance added in light of later stories. The core dynamic for Iron Man's origin still carries a whiff of Shakespeare, specifically Henry IV. In sum, Tony's a wastrel, brilliant but unfocused, a party boy with no intention of getting his act together until circumstances force him to grow up. The story unfurls from the perspective of Pepper Potts, now once again prominent, but by the late 90s she had been absent from the books for many years. Most importantly, however, is Busiek's primary collaborator here, Patrick Zircher, already then an industry veteran of 10 years, but still developing the mature skill for which he would later be known. We'll pick up there next.